We've got a listening party tomorrow. So I think on the day this goes up-ish, it's going to be a listening party. All our friends are going to come and we're going to play the album for the first time. Because a lot of people haven't heard it yet. Which I keep forgetting. This is where it gets hard working with JJ because his communication on certain things is so bad. Like getting the guest list sorted for this thing has been such a mess.
I know. Remember, I was sat there.
You giving all the
people like this person.
Well, I was like, who have you invited? It's like, a bunch of people. I was like, why have you not got a list?
Yeah.
It's like when the Cyber event is so good because you guys saw all that.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't just get the list from a Sidemen party and just go, just not that person, just not that person.
Yeah. Because we've only got a certain amount of people. And that's another issue. He was like, this is the limit, this is the capacity. And I was like, is that the capacity? He's like, oh, no, I think we can go over. And I don't know why I believed him. And then I asked TP and she was like, yeah, nah, that's the max. And if anyone goes over, we have to kick them out.
Oh, geez.
And also, you can't have +1. You have to have their name. He was like, why?
Well, tomorrow will be fun.
Well, he didn't even invite Talia.
Yeah.
And she's on the album.
I wasn't going to say that part.
Hey, I'm airing it out because that's going to make a good clip on our channel.
Yeah, true.
KSI hates Talia Mar.
He was like, Simon, who's your +1? I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And he was like, is it not Talia? I was like, I thought Talia would be invited. She's on the album.
Yeah. So he invites people and assumes certain person is their +1.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can invite someone and not give them a +1. So for example, if he assumes that, he could just give you and Talia invites and not +1. And that's kind of sorted.
So for example, Drake.
Yeah, he's not coming.
So we're going to go see Drake.
Yeah.
And we were trying to work out numbers.
Yeah.
And we put so many messages in the chat and we were just like, oh, like Randolph and Laura.
Yeah.
And then someone was like, oh, wait, how many seats do we have? Because we also like G and Chip, for example.
Yeah.
And we were like, wait, how many seats do we have? Wait, shit, we're one short. And we were like, had this list of everyone. And we were like, we're one person over.
Yeah.
And we were like, wait, JJ, who's your +1? He's like, Randolph. And we were like, well, Randolph's been put as JJ's +1 and Randolph.
Oh my God, yeah.
And we were literally like, okay, well, delete like either one of them, and we now have the perfect amount.
And Laura can come. It's because he was like, oh, it's like, you guys keep talking about Drake, but no one mentioned anything, and I was like, I was not annoyed that I wasn't even like invited at that point. I was just like, okay, that is what it is. But then he was like, oh, I need a +1 for Drake. And I was like,
oh, you know someone?
He was like, wait, what? Who? And I was like, can I have it? And he was like, aren't you already coming? I was like, no. He was like, oh yeah,
that's what I mean.
Yeah, sure then. But
So
I didn't tell you guys.
The chat was literally like, it was like, oh, what do we do? Because it's kind of like, oh, everyone's kind of been mentioned. What do we do?
Yeah.
For so long, and then eventually I said like JJ, who's your +1? Well, Josh said, is everyone's +1s coming?
Yeah.
Who are they?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Talia. Josh was like, mine's Freya. And I went, JJ, who's yours? He was like, Randolph.
I'm his bitch.
Well, I was just like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's
you
so
could
funny.
have stopped at like a 15-minute conversation.
Yeah, +1s are also so complicated though.
In what way?
In the sense that like when you're trying to deal with numbers of like you have to have a certain amount of people come in.
Yeah.
You really can't. That's why RSVPing is so important because it's like,
yeah,
tell me who your +1 is. You can't bring someone on the door because one, like, it depends on how that event does it. Like if sometimes people allow just literally you plus whoever that is.
Yeah.
But then it gets hard because like, who is that person? Like if you're not on the list, sometimes you can't get in. That's a lot of the things. When he would sort me for like charity matches and boxing, I would never get in because he would just not put me on because he just assumes I'm on there. So that's why now you guys, Josh, I'm like, Josh, am I on this list?
I'm trying to remember what it was. There was something I was organising. I think it may have been New Year's, for example. And I literally messaged loads of people and I was like, yeah, do you want to come, blah, blah, blah. And so many of them would go, is it cool if I have if I bring my mate or two? And I'm like, who is it? Firstly, because a lot of them would say like, oh, can I bring him? And I'm like, well, we've already invited him.
Yeah, exactly.
And then some of them would be like, I don't know yet. I just like, can I just have one? Yeah. And I'm kind of there like, this is where +1s. That's the only thing that annoys me about +1s is
the uncertainty about it.
Yeah, it's like, for example, say Drake.
Yeah.
We have a set amount of tickets.
Yeah.
So I'm there like, okay, if you have a +1, like, who is it and are they coming? Because firstly, they might already be on the list.
Yep.
Like it happened. And then secondly, what if they're just like, if you haven't even asked anyone, We could have given it to someone who wants to go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
And they're kind of like, oh, I'll find someone. And it's like, well, now you're just trying to find someone. Whereas we have like
people who want to.
So many people want to go to see Drake.
Yeah, yeah. And then they end up on the night like you're like 3 tickets spare because no one actually said who the plus one is.
If we ever go somewhere and we have tickets and we have spare tickets by the time we get there, I'm so pissed. Yeah, yeah. Because I'm just like, that's so much money and such an experience for someone else.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it's just, I hate it. I don't know how we got onto that topic.